Hi you guys, it's Karina. So I am back with another video tutorial today on my template 60. So she does already have a video tutorial on my Instagram TV on making a small little rose, something similar to this one. And then I did post, I want to say last year, showing you guys how to make this rose as well, just very simple, just keeping it simple like this as well. And that can be found on my YouTube channel here, Arielise Designs. I'll have that video linked here. It's pretty much just showing you how to make just the little rosebud center pretty much, if you just want to keep it like this and not add the additional petals to the rose. So, you know, just if you want something smaller and cuter. But today we are going to be making this one right here in particular, just the larger size. Pretty much you're going to follow the same steps that I'm about to show you in this tutorial for all the other sizes. So you do receive, excuse me, 9 petals. Let me go ahead and find them. Here they are. And this is what they look like. So in my Instagram TV, I do have, like I mentioned before, the smaller version of this. Well, this rose, I don't know why I keep pointing to this one, because honestly, they're the same rose, just different size, but they were assembled exactly the same way. Okay. So I do have the video on my Instagram TV if you want to see the little version, but again, the way I'm going to show you here, you're pretty much going to follow the same steps if you want to make the mini version. And I just have this one here just to show you that you don't have to make it into a rose. You can just keep it simple as a 1-layer flower or 2-petal layer flower and just add an adorable center, and it's going to be absolutely perfect. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys, throw that one in there just to show you, because I know some of you guys like versatile templates. Honestly, this is one of them that you can just make it into a rosebud or a rose, or just keep it simple just like this. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to the tutorial. So this is what the template looks like. You will receive 9 petals. Okay, so they are kind of like a heart shape. Now I always tell my clients, you know, she is somewhat similar to my template 45 / template 3. Template 3 and 45 are the same template. Template 3 is just a larger version. Template 45 is a mini version of that template 3. Similar in that it's kind of like a heart shape as well. The only difference with this one is, I don't know if you can tell, but the template just kind of comes in a little bit more. Honestly, when I had created this template, she was never meant to be a rose. She was more meant to be kind of a simple flower like this. I just started playing with her and I was like, I think I can kind of make her into a rose. And I definitely did. So I'm about to show you how to do the rose, but disclaimer, when you first start her, she's gonna be a little funky and you're gonna be like, just trust the process. Okay, just trust the process. So let me show you. So for this one here, I did use the first 4 largest petals. Okay, so this is the largest that you'll be able to make. Let me go ahead and get my measuring tape, because I know you guys like to see how big. So this template, excuse me, it's definitely not, it's kind of in the medium sized range to small size. So yeah, so roughly around 12 inches. This is the largest that you will be able to make. Sorry, I had to stop. My little one came in. So yes, this would be roughly the largest that you would be able to make. Excuse me, my throat over here is roughly around 12 inches. Small wise, let's measure her this one. So around 4 inches. You can definitely do 3 inches, but I wouldn't necessarily say the rose, but more like if you were going to do the single petal, if you were going to use the smallest little baby right here. Okay. So today we're going to make a slightly smaller one. So we are going to omit the largest petal, and we're going to be using the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th petal. So in order to make these roses, you're going to need 4 petals, omitting this one, because this one only takes 2, but this is just because it's the center part. I never added the outer petals. Again, tutorial is available on YouTube. I'll have that link below. But if you're going to be wanting to make these roses right here, this style, it does require 4 petals. So say you want to make a smaller rose and use these 4 right here. Maybe you want a slightly larger, then use the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just need 4 petals, okay? Just make sure that you have them in a row. So maybe I wanted kind of a medium size. Well, then maybe I'm going to use these 4 petals right here, okay? And you're just going to follow the same steps that I am about to show you on how to make this style rose. So let me tell you how many you are going to need, okay? So you are going to need your larger petal, 5, 5, 4, and then I like to make, so you could either do 12 or 16, and this is for your inner rose bud. So I just wanted to show you the difference. So for this one, I went ahead and did 12, okay, here in the center part. And then for this one, I did 16 for the inner center part. And I just wanted you to notice the difference. Obviously, this one's fuller because I added 4 extra. So it's all in your preference. If you want to do 12, you want to do 16, or maybe you want to do more. Perfectly fine. Yes, you can. So for today, I'm just going to do 16 because it is slightly of a larger rose. Let's make her full. But again, you can do 12 if you don't want it as full, or 16. Okay, so let's do that again. 12, 4, 5, 5. And honestly, it's not a complicated rose. This is one of my favorite roses to make because I feel like it's very simple, quite honest. It really is, or at least to me it is. You know what I mean? I try to make flowers for you guys that are not going to hurt your brain in making them, because I know roses are very popular. So I tried my best when I was like, okay, I think I can make a rose. I said, but I don't want it too hard. It came out perfect. So let me go ahead and move these out of the way and let me get my petals. Okay, you guys, so I have my 2 larger size petals. Remember, we needed 5 and 5 of each. So I have some here already prepped. But let me show you how to prep them. So I have 2 more of the larger ones that need to be prepped. Now, notice how with these, I have them curled on one side here to the left side, inward, and this one outward. So then I'm going to do the opposite. So now this side, I'm going to curl forward and backwards, just like that. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and cut in the center. I'm going to get my glue gun, add a little dot of glue, cross, and pinch. Okay, small dot of glue, cross, and pinch. All right, so these are the first 5 larger ones. So it doesn't matter, I just did 3 facing this way and then the 2. So now over here, these 3, I did the opposite, where I curled these back and these forward. Because remember, these 3 I did this way. So then these 3 I just went back and forward. So then I'll have the 2 remaining. So now, because this is back, I'm going to do this side forward. So pretty much I just alternate the curls. Center, glue, and glue. Now I am using 65-pound cardstock. This is from Michaels. It's part of their green pack. Oh, I forgot the name of that pack. It just has 5 different shades of green, and this is one of them. All right, so I'm going to put these 5 to the side because we don't need these yet, because we're going to start off with our largest 5. And then I am using the Surebonder full-size glue gun. The only difference here is that I changed the nozzle to a thinner one. But I have noticed that Surebonder did come out with the full-size glue gun with an already attached thin nozzle. I definitely want to get it. I'm holding off because I have 2 of these. So it's like, do I really need it? You know, I don't really need it, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get one of these. Now, I am using a silicone mat back here. This is from Amazon. You can find these on Amazon. They're wonderful just so that way, you know, glue doesn't get on the table. It just gets on here, and it's very easy to pick up. Just showing you right here. Obviously, don't touch it yet because it's a little hot right now. But I just want to show you that it's such an easy cleanup. I seriously destroyed my desk that I had years ago. It was this beautiful kind of black, dark brown color. I don't know, when I first started out, honestly, I really didn't take care of it. I'll be quite honest with you. And it would always get, you know, the petals would get stuck to the table, and it messed it up. And then I realized, I was like, oh, they sell craft mats that I can use. So, and it's nice because Amazon has quite a variety. I'm sure you can get them anywhere else, but I mean, I'm an Amazon Prime girl. So, you know, it's nice that I can get them like the next day. So as you can see, I am just adding a small dot of glue here, and then I am adding my petal, and just add a small dot just in case we have to readjust these petals. Small little dot of glue. And then add the petal, and voila, you are all done. We need to cover up that little hole right there. So I have some scrap. Well, it's not scrap, it's actually a new one. So I am just gonna cut out a circle large enough to cover up that gap. Add glue, and then press. Okay, so that's the first layer. So remember that first flower that I showed you in the beginning? This one right here, that's pretty much how I did this one. The only difference is this one I did 5 petals. With this one I did 6 with the petals curled back. But simple like that, and just do a center and boom, you're done. But this is going to be a rose, so let's continue on. Let's get the next size up. Remember, we needed 5 of these as well. So now I'm just going to add some glue. Now I'm going to go in between petals and glue. Now, kind of be mindful as to where you're placing these. Let me show you for an example. See how this petal is curled back? So then I'm going to want to get a petal that's curled forward and place it in between. So here this petal is facing forward, so then my next petal is going to be back. All right, this one, remember, it's not even, so we're just going to do the next one the same way. Back. And then the last one, because this one's back, so this one's forward. Actually, I'm going to tuck her in. There we go. Just like that. So we have that second layer done. Boom. As I mentioned, as that first pink one right here, if you wanted a 2-layer flower, all you would just do is do a center right here and call it a day, and you are done, okay? 1 layer, 2 layers, super simple. All right, let's continue to the rosebud. Let me move her to the side. Let me get rid of this. See how easy that was? Okay, so here are my 4. Here are my 16. It's the smaller one that you're going to need a lot. Start off with 2. You're going to need something to curl with. I'm going to get my wooden dowel. I'm going to give these ends a curl forward, just like that. Going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom. So this is what's going to look like. Okay. So now, do you see right here where it kind of goes up? We're going to fold that just like that. Same thing right here. So this is what you want. Okay. Now we are going to intertwine these so you can make a cone, and then add your glue. Now this is where I'm telling you it's going to be a little wonky, because when we first get started on this inner rosebud, it's a little wonky, but I promise you it'll come together. So there's your first two, and this is what it should look like. Again, she looks not great, but let's continue. Get your next two, curl those petals inward, glue. So now we are going to go over here and glue. So I'm going to get my glue or my petal, glue in the back. We're going to add glue to the sides. Not too much. And now we are going to wrap this around. This is where it's gonna look wonky, but that's okay. Okay, because you are gonna have ends that are gonna stick out. All you're gonna do is get your scissors and cut them off. Repeat the process. Okay, glue her, a little bit of glue, and wrap. And I'm going to pinch the sides because I have extra. Just like that. Okay, so we're done with those four. Next two. Curl them. Glue. Now we're going to go to the side. Okay, since we already did this side, we're now going back to the original way. A little bit of glue on the sides. And then glue around or wrap around. Repeat, opposite. Add glue. Wrap around. Okay, your next two. Now we're going to do opposite. Since we did these two sides, now we're going opposite. Glue. And then wrap around. Okay, and if you get like these little pieces, corners, just snip them off. So as you can see, definitely not hard whatsoever. Give it a rub and then snip any corners that might annoy you. Okay, so we are down to our next four. I'm going to put four to the side because that's going to be for the little outer petals. So then we're going to repeat the same process again. We're going to curl this. So this is 12 right here, but remember, or 8. I'm going to add another row. So I'm going to add another set of 4 because typically I do 8 inner and then 4 of the outer petals. But this time we're going to add another 4 just to make it fuller. Watch those fingers. All right, and we're on to our last two. So it's opposite. Just rub those sides. Okay, and we are all done with this part. If you wanted to add more, 4 more to make it fuller, absolutely go ahead, but I'm gonna stop there. So now we are left with 4 of these still, and then 4 of the next petal. So here's what we're gonna do. Get your 4, the smaller ones. I'm gonna curl inward, outward. I'm gonna grab these other 4, the larger ones. I'm gonna do opposite. Back, forward, okay? So notice how this one is back, these 4 are forward, so then I did this back. So you just want the opposite of whatever you do with these, do the opposite with the next set, okay? So now, you're going to get your scissors, center, dot of glue, cross, and pinch. Okay, that's what you're gonna do with all of them. So let me go ahead and prep those and I'll be right back. Okay, so they are prepped, ready to go. So get your smaller one, add glue to the bottom. Now we're gonna go to the side. We're gonna place the petal underneath. This is what it should look like. And then underneath here on the bottom of the sides, we're gonna add a little bit of glue. Okay, just like that. And then we are going to pinch. Definitely watch those fingers. Okay, so there's one. Glue, opposite. Repeat, glue on the bottom of the sides and pinch. Ah, yep, I can feel the burn. Okay, so we have those 2. Next one. So now we're gonna go to this side. So as you can see, this is not hard, you guys. This is definitely not a hard rose to make. Just gonna require some patience and practice. And then pinch. And I wanna say thank you to like my followers, clients who leave me reviews, messages, and tell me that my videos like help them and they're simple, because that's one thing that I strive to do, is not to make things complicated for you guys. So it warms my heart when you guys tell me that they're not too complicated. So we're gonna go to the opposite. And then repeat. And pinch. Okay, so we are done with those 4. Okay, I need another glue stick. Let me go ahead and add that. So let's get to the last 4. So now we're gonna go back to the original one that we placed, and we're gonna place it right behind. And same thing, glue to the sides. And notice how I use this finger to kind of pull this back and then pinch the petals to the side. And you don't want to add too much glue, or how can I say it? You don't want to go too high with the glue up here. Just kind of down here about an inch, I would say, half an inch. Glue. Opposite side. Glue. Glue. And pinch. Ooh, I can feel a burn. All right, so we are on to our last two. So opposite, so now we're gonna go behind this one. And pinch. All right, you guys, last petal. Now, if you get the SVG version of this one, because she'll be available. So she is available on my template website right now in SVG, PDF, and hard copy. My template website, www.arielleesedesigns.com. But that website will be shutting down, you guys, probably by the end of the year, just because, truthfully, Etsy has kept me very busy, which is why I have been slowly but surely transferring the templates now to my Etsy. Okay. But I mean, the majority of them are still on that website. But on Etsy, I'm only going to have the PDF and the SVG. So the SVG version is for you to be able to cut with your cutting machine, such as Silhouette or Cricut. And if you do get that, you are able to resize these petals. I'm going to tell you the measurements of the original size of what I have here. But say, because remember I said the largest one is around 12 inches, but maybe you wanted a larger rose, you can definitely enlarge those petals. Okay, and I do have a video on my YouTube channel here where I show you with another template of mine of how I resize petals to make them larger or smaller than the original size that I recommend for you. Okay, a PDF, unfortunately you wouldn't, because that is just a print and cut, you know, where you would print the template from your computer and then that would be your own hard copy. Okay. Hard copies, I used to mail those out. I really don't, honestly, just because SVGs have become very popular. But that option will be available if you message me and request it if you don't see them on Etsy. But just to be mindful that that other website will be closing down soon. Okay, so we are done. So now you're just going to glue your petal in the center, or the rosebud, and you're going to be done. But I wanted to show you something real quick. So remember this one right here. So all you would have to do in order just to make something simple like this is cut out an additional 4 of these larger petals and glue them in between. And that's it. And then you would have something like this, smaller like this, okay? But if you just want a larger, more fuller than just, sorry, I can't speak right now. Just glue her in the center like this, and voila, you are all done. So I haven't glued her yet, but I just wanted to show you, because I'm going to take pictures right now, so I don't want to glue her just yet, but I just wanted to show you that's what the end result will look like. Isn't that adorable? So again, super simple, you guys. I didn't want to make this too complicated for you guys. So if you have any questions, please message me either on my Etsy or my email, arielleesedesigns@gmail.com. So this template will be available now on Etsy. I will have it linked down below for you in PDF or SVG version. And if you have any questions, again, always happy to help. And I will chat with you guys later. Bye.